Evening, everybody.
Hello.
How are you all doing? Happy Sunday to you all. Hope you're all good out there in the glorious
Excuse
world.
my head blowing away.
You've been blown.
Yeah, I'm just getting
Wild
a bit
child.
wild.
I hope you're all good this evening. I hope everybody's fine and dandy wherever you are in this glorious world of ours. First things first, I'd like to say a big hiya to my mate Kitten. Hopefully you're recuperating well, mate. Look forward to getting up there and seeing you soon.
We were watching about Nims, very sad, and all the Nepalese, 6 Nepalese,
Yeah.
1 Pakistan, 1
Yeah.
Chinese. Yeah, it's very sad.
Yeah, it was. We lost another one there. In actual fact, I'll be talking about some bits there because we've also lost somebody else this week. But
Yeah.
I wanna wait a little bit till more and
Yeah.
tell you about that. On and Jason, have fun with the Mitchell family. Yeah, better brace yourself, mate.
Yeah.
There is nothing more fun than spending time with
Our
Mitchell.
sniper, Mr. Simon, sends his best wishes. He's outside again this weekend, so he won't be popping in. But he said he might pop in to the camps. He might do a flying visit because he's got somewhere else to go as well. So we might see him then.
Be nice.
Good evening, Mike from Minsk. How are you doing?
Good evening, Mike. Right, Thatcher's Katie for me tonight.
I'm on the prime lemonade with coconut. That's really nice, actually.
Good. Well,
my apologies, Mike. I haven't had a chance to view your last video you put up. I'm afraid I've been so busy this week.
Yeah, poor old Kaz has had a pretty drastic week.
Yeah.
I collapsed this week. I got out of the vehicle at the petrol station and collapsed. Got rushed in, checked out, blood pressure up above 200. Should have had a stroke or a heart attack. Managed to get it down. Turns out it's my meds.
Yeah.
One of the medicines they put me on basically shot my blood pressure absolutely through the roof, created major problems. Been off of it now for 3 days and everything's starting to stabilise.
The only unfortunate thing with the hypertension, he's not allowed to fly, and our youngest son, Dan, who's out in Prague, he gets married on the 8th of August, so
I'm going to miss it.
He's not going to be able to go.
No.
I wasn't going to go, wasn't able to go anyway, and I was going to have to watch it live. So we're going to be watching it live together now.
Dave-O, cheers, mate. Much appreciated. I do appreciate
Thank you,
that.
Dave.
I'm going to stick that on that and that on that. Thank you, bro. So bit of a rough week, bit of a panic here.
Hi, Dave. Thank you.
Dave-O, thank you very much, mate. Yeah, so that created a bit of a panic for us.
Yeah.
And like I say, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make my son's wedding, which is a bit of a shit, to say the least. I know it's not 9 o'clock yet, but that's how I feel about it. But we will be joining him live, and me and Kaz will get dressed up for it, join him live here, and we'll probably have a nice fancy meal that evening as a celebration.
The following day, because of the fact that he collapsed and they tried taking blood out of him, and only got half a vial, and he's got to have MRIs and lung X-rays and that.
Yeah.
It got me a bit stressed out, and what I do when I get really stressed is I just sleep, and I slept all day. The day just disappeared.
So anyway, it's not a panic now. We know what it is. We can get on top of it, sorted. But there's a funny one for your meds. As you get older, they put you on more and more bits and pieces. Tell you to take this, take that for this, that, and the other. And who would have thought something that's supposed to help regulate my bladder would take my blood pressure and stick it to an astronomically stupid point. That was a bad one. But we got through that. We got that sorted. And as you can tell, I'm drinking cider. My blood pressure is back down to its normal. What's your normal?
Well, not normal.
Normal-ish. It's fluctuating at the moment. But my normal blood pressure is normally about 120 over 80 with a heartbeat of about 62. That's pretty much my baseline. So
mine's 98 over 76 to 80.
Hi, Kitten. How you doing, bro? Hope you're feeling a bit better.
Hi, Stealth.
Hi, Stealth. How you doing out there in sunny Wales? Right. So, shall I tell them?
Yeah, you bet. Right. You get it. Can do, but you bet let them know as well. Stealth and Hi, Kitten. Stealth.
I'll do that once I get set up.
I'm afraid Mick has not been very well.
Nothing serious.
Nothing serious. He passed out at the petrol station the other day. He got taken in. His blood pressure was 260 over 160, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they said that they were surprised he hadn't had a stroke. They tried taking bloods. They couldn't get much blood out of him. It was like blood out of a stone. But yeah, he's got hypertension, so he's not allowed to fly. So he can't go to our son's wedding now on the 8th, and he's had some tests done and bloods, but his blood pressure is coming down a bit now.
Well, I'm getting the whiskey bottle out, and on this channel we only get the whiskey bottle out on certain occasions.
Yeah.
So I'm getting the whiskey bottle out, and I'm going to read you some bad news in a minute. There's one. There's one for me. So, in this world of ours, we meet heroes. We come across heroes and heroines. The most heroes and heroines never get their story told. So I'm just going to give you a little bit here, partly because some of this, I don't know the full story. Some of it is operational security. But for the 4 years that we run this channel, a young lady, Helen.
We had 4, didn't we?
Yeah, Helen would join us on a regular basis when she was on leave, when she was back here in the UK. And she'd always drop a comment, and she'd always send a message. And she often replied to me or sent comments to videos and that.
Helen something Law, wasn't
Helen
it?
Jessica Law.
Yeah.
And I really did respect her opinion, her ideas and her thoughts, even the day that she beat me up for having a dirty pot. But unfortunately, sad news is she's recently suffered an aneurysm and lost her life this week. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Helen because I want you to raise a glass to her tonight. And I'd like you, if you light a candle or whatever you like to do, or even just go outside and look at that new bright star that's up there, think of her. Helen was a former RMP, Royal Military Policewoman. She was also a qualified combat medic. She was also an EOD specialist. She spent 22 years in the British military and then went on to work as a private military contractor, or an old speak mercenary, but we tend to respect that trade a lot more these days. And over the last couple of years has dedicated herself to the British Free Legion in Ukraine, where she was working in a role there. I'm not going to say any more than that, just to try and protect her friends and that. What I can say to you is she was loved by many. She was respected by many more. And I'd just like to send our deepest regards and sorrows to her friends, colleagues and family, and tell them that I and Kaz held this young woman in very, very high regard. And always on our channel, we were always very mindful as she asked us to just bear in mind her upset. Okay, so Helen Jessica Law, I raise a glass to you. May you sleep in peace. And as with a lot of traditions, that's one for her.
Yes, as you may remember, there used to be 4 of them that came in on the channel on Helena's name, and unfortunately, two of the girls, we lost them about 4 months ago.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that is that. I will leave that there.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a tribute to her. We did shed a tear or two last night. We did light a candle to her ourselves.
Yeah.
But again, as I've said before, many of the heroes, the true heroes and heroines of the world, never get any recognition, never get noticed. Their story never gets told. They never become famous or recognised. But if that's what I can do to show a little bit of respect to her, so be it. And yeah, so onward. What's Mickey been doing this week apart from passing out at police station?
Spending most of the week with a blood pressure thing stuck in his arm.
Yeah, I take my blood pressure 4 times a day at the moment. So I knew I couldn't get out and do a lot. Trying to get the blood pressure down, relax, take it easy, but I'm easily bored. So you all saw the video on this the other week, which was the little belt holder for my British Army penknife, so that I could slip it onto my belt, carry it, and if I had to go in somewhere where legal knives or this knife would not be allowed in the UK, I could just slip it off, stick it in the petrol in the glove compartment into the petrol tank. Really? The head's gone.
It's off the meds, you know. It's got to be.
So I decided to make another one, and I wanted to make another one because I've had 2 items in my EDC kit for a while that always end up in my pockets or on the keychain and add a bit of weight, make a bit of bulk, make things difficult. So one of those is my Swiss Army knife, and the other one is my little O-Light. Okay, so I had a little bit of a play out there. It was fiddly. I have videoed it, but I don't think it's a particularly good video. But if you want it up, I'll put it up for you. And I basically made a little EDC carry belt loop system. So the idea is belt goes onto that threads onto my trousers. I can carry that pretty much everywhere with me, and they are secure in there.
If you're in a sporran, you can wear that. Yeah, a kilt rather. You can wear that as a sporran.
Basically, it just sits on my belt where I want it. I'm probably going to come up with another one and actually move them a little bit closer. But yeah, just another one of those fun little projects that you can do in the shed. Anybody can do it, and it just means I can carry those on my belt all the time. And the other bonus being, again, coming back to that thing, if I suddenly had to go into a school, police station, courtroom, hospital, or any of the other places where you're not allowed a knife, it's easy to take that out, stick it in the glove box, and just go in with the O-Light. Okay. Yeah, simple little project this week. On top of driving to Dartmoor at the beginning of the week.
Yes.
Which was quite nice and quite relaxing. Hopefully you all enjoyed that video.
You might see from one of the photographs, there's one of a CRV in front of us, and there's a couple of black and white ponies round. What you can't see is in front of the CRV was a grey and white pony who absolutely refused to move. And it was right as you come over a brow of a hill, so it's really dangerous. Yeah. Lucky enough, the CRV driver was getting out, you'll see in the photo, and shooed it off, and we just got the evil eye from that pony as we went past.
Jason.
Hi, Jason.
Right, so Jason, I must warn you, you're about to party with Mitchells. Okay? The Mitchell clan spread all over the world. Why do we spread all over the world? Because the governments and authorities will not let more than 6 Mitchells ever meet up in one place, because, yeah, we're a handful. So, yeah, have fun, mate. Pass on my regards to the family out there, because obviously somewhere down the line we're going to be related.
Yeah.
Send them my respect, my regards, and have an absolutely awesome day. Yeah, it's a law. Every government of the world said no more than 6 Mitchells in one place.
T-shirt?
I don't think I have.
No. He got a Mitchell T-shirt. It says Mitchell Clan.
Actually, it's in the wash.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'll wear it next week. Yeah, I've got a T-shirt that says Mitchell Clan. It's what is it? Mischief and revelry since the medieval age. Yeah, just medieval times.
Yeah, it's another thing, Andy. They not only do they not move, they got a habit of stomping on your head.
Yeah.
We had that when we went camping with Mac in the New Forest.
Yeah.
And they were sort of trying to tread on their heads, and we got the tent. Mac's tent was raided by a squirrel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. Say hello to everybody.
Hi, walk, cook, walk.
Hi, walk, cook, walk.
Yeah, he's in the red today. He's wearing his red one. Yes.
Oh, sorry about that, Stealth. Yes. Yeah, so Willow is in the red today. So what our theme tonight, whether we stick to it or not, we never know, is prepping.
Yeah.
You know? And the fact that time is your most important tool in a crisis. and when I teach this, when I go through it as a subject when I'm teaching people, I always stick on:
he's a bit smart,
should you, or would you? Yeah. And this is what you've got to think. You've got to think: A, what are your risks? What is applicable to you? What is your danger? What is the thing that you may have to move from? Bushcraft Rebooted, how you doing, mate? We've had an interesting weekend, but I'll re-up you on that in a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you're prepping, and this is quite relevant in the world today, as I'm Mr. D, I know he's out there in one of the major fires in Oregon. He's working, and liaising with other people that I know through the world that are in
5,000 firefighters out there in Oregon fighting the fires at the moment.
You know, talking to people that are in these situations, a lot of them have literally had an alert on their phone and had, in some cases, 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to grab their family, grab their pet, get in the car and go. And we often think here in the UK, that'll never happen to us. We'll be fine.
And then you've got Italy and us.
And in a lot of cases, yes, we are. But as the people in Wales found this week, things can happen like that. Okay, a dam can burst, a place can flood, you could have fire, you can have all the threats are out there. What you have to do is apply what is the most likely to you, and then prep for it. And by prep for it, simple things like we've done here. We are on a floodplain. Never flooded, but we're on a floodplain, so all our super important documents are up here. They're upstairs on the second level. Okay, but we have prep bags ready to go with important documents in it: bank details, birth certificates, driving licenses, identification, medication, right? Prescriptions, what the prescriptions are, all ready to go, packed up, along with a few supplies like a bit of water, a little bit of food, a couple of blankets, always in the car. So in the event that we got a call, say, for whatever reason, you've got to evacuate where you are, we can grab those essentials and go, okay? Alongside anything else that I might have already packed up. I mean, the bag's always on the table. I can literally run in here, grab 10 items in 60 seconds, out to the car and go. So
it's just one. It makes it a little bit. I mean, look at that explosion last week. That started off with a normal little fire, didn't it?
Yeah.
Is it Suffolk? It started off with a normal little fire. The fire brigade were there. The fire spread to a building that contained fertilizer, and a big kaboom. They lost 3 fire engines and ended up with 20 firemen. Luckily, in hospital with just minor injuries.
Yeah.
You just never know.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, they're always building on floodplains. They're trying to do it around here again, aren't they?
Bushcraft Rebooted is a man that, if you, again, I'd like to say, join his lives. If you want a real giggle, I know some of you guys have gone over like, walk. He does some brilliant lives. And again, takes no prisoners. If he gets a troll come in, he's got his troll sniper set up. And yeah, he's quite happy for half an hour's entertainment. If they want to play the game, play the game. Same thing here. We take no prisoners. If we get one come in, sniped. You're all snipers. You take him out. And that's where we go there. So again, in that prepping world, sort your kit out. Have a quick think to yourself. If you had to run from your house now, if you were given 10 minutes, and that's really the goal you want to look at, 10 minutes, what do I have to take with me that could be
especially
important?
If you can't be in your you can't go back to your house for say a week.
Yeah, you might not be able to ever go back to your house, or you might end up in an evacuation centre or something like that, standing there in front of a medic going, but we need it, and they're just going to go, well, prove it. If you've got things like prescription notification and that, even if it's just an old prescription, you can give them that and go, I require those, or my partner or my child needs this, and we haven't had time to grab it. So it always gives you the edge. Important documents, IDs, insurance.
What I've got is I've got one large file. It's not, I say large, but it's not large. And in that, you've got something for the bank, from the house insurance, car insurances, and that. And all you need to do is print up a spare set and just keep them in that folder the whole time.
Yeah, and that's your go. It should be and alongside your go bag, because again, it's documentation. It shows who you are. Things like bank details. Okay, now you get a massive cyber attack. Honestly, think about this realistically. You're a big multi-million-dollar bank, and there's a big cyber attack.
We're lucky with this on the pond.
And you can suddenly turn around and wipe out those accounts that you don't want to know. Sorry, we've lost all details. There's nothing we can do because do you have any proof that you had that money with us? Right? Yeah, have that proof. I am a big one for keeping bank details and keeping checks on what's in the bank. Right? It's mine. I don't want, if something happens, like a cyber attack, like an issue, I don't want them turning around to me and going, I'm sorry, Mr. Mitchell, we've never heard of you.
Another thing is, they're not much money. For like £30, you can get a small safe. Just a small one, and keep hide it wherever you can hide it. Under the floor, anywhere. Keep a little bit of spare cash in that, just in case.
Yeah, cash is king.
Yeah,
cash is king in an emergency. It's got 101 uses. It may devalue, but it's always got uses.
I know the bank don't like you doing that sort of thing, but sometimes you just have to. If all the ATMs go down. Yeah.
Well, stuff the banks. They make enough money out of us as it is.
Yeah.
I keep lining their pockets. They're not interested in us. Remind me not to get on the wrong side of a boot. It's tearing a new donkey holds. Yeah, he will. He won't. He won't take no prisoners.
Well, he got this special tree. It's like Benny's bacon tree, isn't it? His bacon and egg tree. It's a special tree. You can only find it now and again. It's when you're feeling really lucky, and maybe it's on a full moon, and you find it. Now you can't be greedy. You only take a few notes of it, but yeah.
What is spare cash, and where do I get some? Mate, it doesn't matter if it's a £5 or a £10 or whatever. It's whatever you've got. It's that old thing of.
I tell you, when I get myself a bargain at the shop. And if I think, blimey, I was expecting to spend another 20 quid on that. Well, that 20 quid I was expecting to spend. So really, that 20 quid, I haven't got it anymore.
Yeah, it then goes into the fighting fund.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's a fiver or a pound.
And if you're wealthy enough, gold. Gold's one of the best investments you can ever make. That followed by silver, because they will always be worth money. Okay, they will always have value. But when it comes to other things in the world goes to put skills. Skills is going to be your biggest trade. Okay, skills are going to be.
There's no harm in that. Walk.
Yeah, your skills are going to be your biggest trade. Right, your ability to create fire, to make things, to do things. They're going to be the things that are most important. Closely followed by the fact that if you're clever enough and wise enough, you can make alcohol. Alcohol's always going to be a requirement. So if you know a bit about distilling, or you can
walk. He's walking bank. He is.
Yeah, you can make alcohol. You can. Yeah, you're laughing. It's gold. Packs of cigarettes. Yeah. No, I'm not going to show the whole fiver in the video because it'll just make me a target for the banks.
It charges interest on it.
Yeah. So again, it's those skill sets, isn't it? Other tradables will always be things like pain relief and that. Okay, so stockpile the iBook, stockpile the paracetamol. Be aware of the dates. And don't get me wrong, if it's an absolute emergency and you've got to trade something, that out of date ibuprofen, you might know that it's almost worthless.
Because Walk has got a lot of the dropsy drink, the dropsy juice.
Yeah. So again, it's all about what you know. It's about how you use it.
Yeah.
It's,
And I mean, we've been looking when we were down in Dartmoor. The trees are so full of hazelnuts. It's going to be such a good year for hazelnuts. So I am going to be nutting.
Yeah. That's if we can beat the squirrels to it.
I mean, you can get some, dry some ourselves. So we've got obviously above my head there.
Yeah.
We've got the dehydrator there. We can dry the nuts ourselves and collect some up.
Andy Bake, morphine if you know somebody who can get it, and natural pain relief. Okay, there's plenty of information out there on how to produce, how to acquire, how to make your own pain relief. Here in the UK, any of the willows will give you.
You can make coffee out of it, and you can make toothpaste.
Relief. I'm just trying to remember the name of the acid.
It's
salicylic acid.
Aspirin.
Yeah, salicylic acid.
And you can also make toothpaste. Out of it.
So knowing that is a bonus. The most common tree in the British Isles is the willow. So you're going to be able.
I've got some, but you're not having him. Walk. I need that.
You're going to be able to produce pain relief that way. So again, skills, tricks, and tips that we pick up along the way. Your tools, okay, whether it be knives, axes, swords, machetes, bows, arrows, shotguns, air rifle, whatever you've got, are all going to become very, very valuable items.
Hi, Ali.
Hi, Ali. How you doing, mate? All right, so I'll update you all
think
again. So. I went to the petrol station this week. I got out of the car, and it felt like somebody punched me in the back of the head. Next thing I know, I'm flat out and unconscious. Not that I knew I was unconscious. Came round, got rushed off, and had a blood pressure over 200. Okay, my systolic was over 200. At 170, this is a tip for any of you that are checking your own blood pressure, if it's above 170, you phone 999. Okay, anything over 170, you're liable to have a stroke or heart attack. It turned out that my issue was the meds I was taking. Okay, they took me off the meds straight away. It's taken 3 days, but the blood pressure is steadily coming back down to my normal. Downside of that is they banned me from flying. So I'm not going to get out to Czech Republic. I've now got to go have another MRI on the chest and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Or CT, I should say, on the chest.
And they couldn't get his blood.
Couldn't get any blood out of me. It all thickened up.
Yeah.
So probably a bit dehydrated.
Yeah, I'll see it.
Well.
Thank you, Mike. I've already written it down, and the parcel's all ready to send out tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, so probably a bit dehydrated as well, which didn't help the situation.
That's why we got these.
Yeah. So been chucking fluids in. Taking it easy, resting up. Don't worry about it.
That's one of the sites that I use is
prepper tip coming.
Yeah, it's called Best Before, and this Best Before. It's actually it's a place up in, I think it's Cheshire. They've got the shop there, but what they do, they get all the things like from Costco and all the different companies. And when things have got low date or they're coming out of date, they sell them. And these at the moment, I've been getting them for 29p. And so I've been getting my water from them. We've got these. They do all sorts of bits and pieces, but it's worthwhile having a look.
Ali, yeah, I'm all good now, mate. We've got a blood pressure machine here in the house. In actual fact, I'm going to go get it in a minute and check my blood pressure.
It definitely is crap getting old.
See how I'm doing. I'll give you all a quick lesson on blood pressure checks and how to do that. These tools, it's one of those bits of kit I would suggest you all got. Yeah, it should be part of your first aid kit. It checks your pulse, it checks your blood pressure. Now, it's not going to make you a surgeon, but the more information you can give an emergency ward, a doctor, and that when you're being checked out, the better. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to dive downstairs and get it.
Because a lot of these, they like you to do it at home. But while you're doing that, I'm going to show these lovely people. Some of you might know, my dad, who passed away, he used to do whistling, wood carving, and some of you have seen his sticks. Well, I was looking through the cupboard the other day, and I found a goblet and 2 candlestick holders that he made, and these he turned himself, and they're all actually. That one is you. You see where the hole there, and obviously where he turned it. There's that one, and this one's you as well, but he's left some of the bark on it. Again, it's got a really lovely feel to it, but unfortunately, I've noticed just now. Is it this one or that one? No, it's that one, the other one, and he's got his tools. These tools, I've got them now. He bought them various car boot sales, and he had this tool. Now this was one whole piece of wood, but as you can see, they got these 3 rings. So from that one piece of wood with these special tools, he was able to make it so these slide along. But I noticed today there's a huge crack coming along there. So yeah, that's just a.
So I should get some resin out onto that.
But amazing. So yeah, I've got. I think the tool that made that was about 100 years old. So I've got that to remember him by. Yeah, the off-centre bit. Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? I just love the colours and that. And
he was a clever chap, Jeff.
Yeah.
He was a clever.
My mum was saying, "Oh, not another candlestick," but I've got some bowls and I've got a couple of plates that he's made, obviously. But to me, they're priceless. You know?
There's the T-shirt.
Yeah.
Okay, so first thing, just in case any of you are on it, that's the medication, right? Now, if you start getting any issues like dizziness, double vision,
mind you, haven't they been given some warnings just lately about certain medication that, lot of statins and that in this heat can cause a lot of issues.
So if you start getting any wobbles, check your meds, go speak to your doctor. So blood pressure, dead easy. This is a standard over-the-counter blood pressure system. You can buy them in any chemist.
Yeah, that was Lloyd's chemist.
And all you're going to do is roll your sleeve up, make sure it's not tight on your arm. You're going to come up your arm, and you're going to come up 2 fingers, okay? 2 fingers from the crook of your elbow.
Oh, Bill.
The pipe here, you've got to make sure it doesn't get bent or snagged, and ideally should come out somewhere near the centre. It doesn't matter if it's slightly off centre. Machine itself is very easy to use, okay? It literally says start and has a memory button. That's it. Pipe plugs in there.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You just press a button.
And you just press a button. Now the machine, you see lots of funny numbers and all the rest of it. Okay, and now you take your blood pressure twice. This is going to be slightly raised.
He's been eating dodgy cheese.
Yeah, this is going to be slightly raised because I'm talking. Okay. But what you then want to do, you want to be relaxed. Don't talk. Don't cross your legs. Sit with your arm relaxed and braced on a pillow, like you do in the doctors.
More and more often now, they ask you to do it yourself, aren't they?
Yeah. You wait a few seconds. The pressure is on there now. And I can feel it now starting to decrease as it's picking up the pressure.
You can get an Indo Team 1. Oops.
Tilt it an angle.
Yeah. Hang on a minute. I'll do it there.
Okie doke. So as I said to you, I'm talking. So I've been running a blood pressure of about 140 to 160, depending on the time. And at the moment, I'm showing 176 over 102 with beats per minute of 81. So there we go, 176 over 102 there. And my pulse rate is 81 beats a minute high.
Right, that one, sorry about that, is on Amazon. and that one is actually £9.89.
Yeah.
So you can get for a tenner. You get the slightly more, 15 quid.
Yeah.
But you can between sort of £9 and £18.
Yeah.
And
So,
that's on Amazon.
And again, you don't even have to switch the thing off. You unplug it, it stores it in the memory, so you can go to memory and check it. Now, so if you had a blood pressure over 170, okay, in resting, okay, now if I sat here, I rested, relaxed as I'm supposed to, and did it as I'm supposed to, I'd drop that blood pressure by 20, okay, guaranteed, 100%.
Oh, well, it's stethoscope. Yeah, but that one actually gives you blood pressure and your pulse at the same time.
Yeah. If I'd done that on, say, Kaz downstairs as you're supposed to, with a blood pressure of 176, I would now be phoning for an ambulance. Right?
Yeah.
Any blood pressure over 170, you should be seeking medical assistance.
I mean, they're always handy to have because it doesn't. I think it takes 4 AA batteries.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and hi, Teresa. So it's a good tool
Teresa.
to have. Being able to take your own blood pressure, your own pulse rate accurately and efficiently is good. Yeah, my normal blood pressure is about 120. Okay, 130 if I'm doing things, and my pulse rate is normally between 60 and 70 depending. So again, having that here at the moment, I know my blood pressure is massively elevated. So it's a case of I then start taking notice of everything else as well, because we've already had the diagnosis. We know it's the meds. We know I'm coming off of those. So yeah, it's another prepper item that should be in your prepper kit, in your first aid kit. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll get back to for those of you that have just joined us. So some bad news this week. We lost Nims ex-SBS in the avalanche. That was a real shame. Brilliant guy. Real genuine.
He climbed Everest 10 times, hasn't he?
Yeah. Genuine character. First Gurkha, I believe, to join the SBS or Man of Nepal. Also alongside that, we've lost one of our members, one of our family here. The young lady, Helen Juska Law. She would drop in occasionally when she was home on leave and drop comments. She would regularly drop comments on my videos. She even told me off one day for having a dirty mess tip.
Yeah, bad drills.
Bad drills. Absolutely fantastic person. A bit about her. So she was former Royal Military Police. She was a combat medic as well and an EOD specialist, bomb tech for those of you.
Yeah.
She served 22 years in the British Army and then went on to become a private military contractor, working and sharing her skills all over the world, including Felix. Okay. In recent years, she's been serving with the British Free Legion in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Okay. And unfortunately, whilst on leave back here home, she became ill and had an aneurysm on her brain, and it took her life. I'm not going to go into much more than that, but I will say she was loved by many, respected by everybody.
She was always nice to me when she came on
including me.
Yeah.
We didn't discuss her much on the channel for OPSEC reasons. Okay, simply out of respect to her and for her own safety. But as I said earlier on, I would like to send our deepest regards to her loved ones, friends, and colleagues, and I know she'll be missed. Hence, there is a glass of whiskey up there on the book cabinet for her. May she rest in peace.
Yeah.
So, but as she would have told us, move onwards and upwards.
Yeah.
Remember me with a smile on your face.
Oh, thank you, Ali.
Getting back to this week, so you all saw the video on that where I took the British Army penknife. For those of you who've never seen a British Army penknife, now these are still made in Sheffield to the same pattern as the original item. One of the best penknives ever created. A simple lamb's foot blade, okay, very, very sharp, in stainless. In fact, the whole thing's in stainless steel. So it's a very sharp, short blade with quite a hefty spring on it. Doesn't lock, but it does have a hefty spring. You have to respect these when you close them. Take it from me. I've nicked my finger a couple of times.
That's what worried me about my EDC one.
It has the old school heavy duty British Army tin opener. Okay, absolutely brilliant bit of kit. Can
They're
also
dangerous.
be used for climbing ice walls. Okay, and
or nicking your mate's cookie when they're not looking.
the standard screwdriver there, and probably most importantly, and this is just the simplicity in design. So this goes back to the First World War, when all screws were slot-headed screws. Okay, how do you improve turning a slot-headed screw? Well, you put a marlin spike on the penknife so that you've got some leverage so that you can turn that screw. So you can push it in and really crank it on. The other bonus is you've got a marlin spike. And a marlin spike.
I was always told they were doomed for horseshoes.
Yeah, for anybody that works with ropes, twine, cordage, anything like that, a marlin spike is an essential item. And these are also designed so that you can puncture a fuel can. Now, this goes back to the old sealed fuel cans. So you could use that to puncture the fuel can and drain the fuel can. They also fit into your hand very nicely so that you can get a bit of leverage to push it into things. Okay. Things. Okay. They do fit the hand very nicely for pushing into things.
Yeah, that's a modern day one, but they haven't changed. They haven't changed.
Still the same manufacturer. So you can pick these up, and because it's UK legal carry, I always have it in my pocket. Problem with having things in my pockets, I found it's got a little bit of weight to it. The other things, I've got keys in there, I've got coinage in there, I've got bits and pieces in there. I've even been known to stick toffees in my pocket. And then you go for a rummage. I'm a man of a certain age, stood in the shop with my eyes raised to the skies, my hand in my pocket, rummaging around, trying to find things and get them out without pulling a knife out in public. It's a bit difficult. So I made a little sheath for it. So just a simple Kydex belt sheath or pocket loop sheath, however you wanted to do it. So it just meant it was easy to carry, had it with me, doesn't fall out.
Mint toffee.
Yeah, I could even stick it on a mole system or molly system and carry it on my bag. Great, wonderful, you said. But I don't always carry that knife. The knife I always carry, I've nearly always got with me, he says.
You can't get it. Suits you, sir.
Slippery fingers. Is my
I love
Swiss,
mint toffees are my
Here's my little Swiss Army pocket knife. Okay, just a simple Swiss Army pocket knife. I love this. It's got tweezers, it's got scissors, it's got screwdrivers, it's got everything I want on it day to day. I also carry in my EDC kit an Olight, just a little simple. That one is the Olight 3TS. Okay, only has 2 settings. A dim setting on the first click, second click will give you a bright setting and off. Takes a AAA battery, small, discreet, simple. Okay, brilliant because it's got a clip on it that will fit on the peak of your hat, so you can use it head torch if you've got your head torch, lost it, broken it. And it's also small enough to put into your mouth. So those 2 things I like to have with me all the time. Now they've spent they've spent years living on my car keys. But the problem is, I've got house keys for my home here. I've got house keys for my mum's home. I've got keys for the vehicles, 2 of, keys for motorcycles, sheds, and so on. And all of a sudden, that keychain started to get heavier and heavier and heavier. So I sat there this week and I thought, well, you made one like that. So this is a prototype, and it is the prototype, hence I've not finished it off tidily, but I made a little Kydex belt sheet. The idea is the belt just slips in there, and the knife slips in there, the torch slips in there. Okay, little things that I've come up with is leaving it open at the bottom so it's free draining, but that also means if I accidentally switch the torch on, it lights up my leg. Okay, meaning I know I left the torch on, or I just run my hand underneath it and I can see it and check it. Simple kit, simple ideas, simple things. And again, if you want, I did film it. I don't think it's a particularly brilliant video, hence I haven't put it up, but I have filmed making that. If you want me to put it up, I'll put it up. It shows me using the Kydex if you want some tips and tricks that way. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So we'll go back to the comments. Good marlin spike, yeah.
Mm.
Exactly that, mate. Until you've had, in fact, I'd suggest anybody out there that has never had a marlin strike on a penknife, get yourself one of these. They're
It's like a Richard friend.
they're not the most expensive thing in the world, okay, but they're not the cheapest. But it is an item that you'll buy that. It's stainless steel, drop of oil on it regularly, keep it sharp. That will last you a lifetime. You will be passing that on to your kids and your grandkids. I mean, look at the construction. Stainless steel, girt big rivets, okay, massive rivets, massive, the spring in the
Go
back.
country then, Gert.
Girt, yeah.
Gert.
The spring in the back is a big chunk of spring, high carbon steel. So it's not the prettiest, it's not the most attractive, but I tell you what, for function, yeah, you can't go wrong with it. Yes, always, Ali, Diarrhea in my bag. I always carry, well, I used to carry Diarrhea, can't stand the taste of it, but I use these now, which are basically the same thing, but a slightly better flavour.
Yeah. And there's 20 flavours you can choose from on the Revival. They're about £1 a packet, aren't they?
Yeah, about £1 a packet. They taste a little bit better than the old Diarrhea, and I get them in a box.
Well, I might be weird, but I love Screech. And I really love Screech. I like to put 2 flavours in a container of water. Yeah, talking about Toffee's cook walk. Willow had an unfortunate accident day before yesterday.
Yeah.
Nick likes to have a toffee while he's reading his book at night before he goes to bed.
Yeah, toffee.
And he gave Willow a bit. But what's happened is Willow spat it out. And what Willow's done is actually got it stuck in his fur under his chin. But he won't let us get it out, so we have to wait till he goes to the groomers. Yeah, the old Screech. Yeah, you got grapefruit, the raspberry, orange. Mind you, I love the old military hot chocolate. The new one is vile. It is absolutely vile.
There you go. And there is only one bedtime toffee to suck whilst you're reading your book, just before you put your head down. That's a Werther original butter candy.
I like the Werther's eclairs or the soft caramel. I don't like the hard ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old hot chocolate, especially the mint one.
Yeah, the new hot chocolate.
I hate it.
Yeah,
it's vile.
Yeah, the old hot chocolate used to be brilliant. Yeah, so what do I carry in my first aid kit? And I have in the car, and the glove box, I have them around the house as well. So there we go. Revive, okay, or Revival. So rehydration and recovery drinks. Basically, it's 30 in the box there.
That's a cherry one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got vitamin C, B1, B3, B5, B12, as well as all the salts that you require. Let me go through that.
That Revival, they have black cherry lemonade, there's peach, there's strawberry, there's strawberry lemonade. There is so many different.
So in each 10 gram stick, there's 500 milligrams of vitamin C. There is 0.6 milligrams of vitamin B1, 25 milligrams of B3.
30 is about £35.
50 milligrams of B5. There is 2.5 micrograms of B12. There's 250 micrograms of folic acid, 300 milligrams of potassium, essential, 500 milligrams of sodium, essential, 6 grams of dextrose, and 500 milligrams of disodium citrate. Okay, so Kaz orders these for me, and basically one of those does a 500ml bottle nicely.
Yeah, and the first bottle, I think the first one, they were giving away the free flask that came with it to shake the water up.
And again, it just comes simple pack like that. So you can literally, you're going out for half a dozen days, grab a handful, chuck them in your pack, they take up no space. And in the actual fact, if you're using Puri tabs, they will make it taste a
I
lot better.
got ones that are like a tablet.
Yeah.
I think they were £3, and you get 20 in there. But it's not it's the same as that, but not dextrose one.
Yeah. It's exactly that. Ali, exactly, mate. It's
Hi,
the main
Bushcross,
thing is the
Sussex.
potassium and sodium, and that bit of dextrose really helps as well. Because again, we often talk about losing salts in sweat. We don't just lose the salts; we lose the minerals, and we lose
He
sugar.
hates orange.
Okay, I hate oranges. We often overlook that the sugar side of things now, and a lot of people in this modern world today don't take sugar anymore. I've dropped sugar from my diet. I don't use granulated sugar anymore. I do use honey as a replacement because I've got quite a sweet tooth. Do excuse me. So I'd rather use that. So again, it's that whole thing of you've got to keep the energy levels up. If you're sweating massively, those energy levels, the sugar levels are going to crash alongside.
I was talking to my mum about it. She kept saying, "Oh, I'm drinking plenty of water." I said, "Yeah, mum, but water's not good. It dehydrates you. But all you're doing is diluting everything you're losing anyway. So you need to have some sort of salts and vitamins back in again."
And the modern stuff's so much better than the old stuff.
I love barley sugar.
Some of us at a certain age will remember salt tablets in the military. Okay, it's just a tablet of salt, and you take it. You'd need a fucking water bottle to wash the thing down. It was, again, by putting the salts in, it creates dehydration. So you've got to apply it with water, and that's one of the bonuses with Diarolite. I mean, Diarolite is the gold star label. I just can't get on with that.
My granny always used to give us squash that had a Robinson's barley water with the different flavours. I mean, dextrose tablets.
I mean, I think the first time I come across dextrose tablets, I can't have been much more than 10 years old. We used to buy them and eat them as sweets and then run around like absolute.
Another one you can have, but not just dextrose. Is the Horlicks tablets.
Yeah.
Because you've got malt in those, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's another little packet that can be easily dropped into your rucksack or your EDC.
Once again, British government's interfering with us, aren't they? Because none of you are eating properly. So from next year, this isn't the farmers, this is the government. Okay?
Yeah.
From next year, all white bread in the UK must be dosed with folic acid because you're not eating properly. You're not getting enough folic acid. Because nobody's eating liver anymore, nobody's eating steak anymore.
If you have too much folic acid, it bungs you up.
Yeah. All those vegetarians out there that not getting their folic acid now means that the bread is going to get yet another chemical added. If you don't want that, they're not going to be able to add it to things like whole grains, brown breads, and so on. It's just going to be the white bread. Oxo.
Oh. When he was working on the ranges, he's doing his running the ranges. He always used to have with him. He used to take tea, coffee, but also used to take Bovril and the Oxo cubes. And more often than not, the squaddies would go straight for the Bovril and the Oxo cubes.
Yeah.
If they have a hot drink, because there's nothing better than a hot Oxo drink or Bovril.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, on a bitterly cold day when I grew up, this goes back to being, in fact, actually, the first time I started drinking Oxos properly, I think I was about 16 and a half, and I was working for a winter, it was a temporary job, a slaughterhouse.
Ellie.
And they needed a lairage man. Now, a lairage man, for those of you that don't know, is basically the guy that looks after the cattle and the animals prior to them going up. So sometimes they're stuck there overnight, or they might be stuck there for a day or two. So the animal welfare, you're basically giving them the best you can, cleaning them, feeding them, watering them, and caring for them, keeping them calm and relaxed. So I used to run a lairage, and
it's not gravy.
I can have 150 head of cattle in there. I could have 250 sheep. Alongside 150 pigs.
Mike wants to know what's on your T-shirt. Yeah, Andy, you get the OXO cubes or the Bovril cubes, put them in a mug and pour hot water on it and stir it. It gives you a lovely
There used
drink.
to be a TV series back in the 70s that was very popular here called
My friend used to dip bread in it.
Called It Ain't Half Hot, Mum, Mike.
Yes.
And this young man here, Windsor Davis, used to play Sergeant Major Williams, who was in charge. And one of his favourite lines to scream at the lads when things were going wrong was, "Oh dear, how
Never
sad,
mind.
never mind." And it was became a motto in the British Army. I've used it many a times when some poor recruit or somebody's come up to me and said something like, "Excuse me, Court Mitchell, but I've lost my water bottle." And I'd be like, "Oh dear, that's sad.
Yeah.
Never mind. Go see the QA."
But yeah, you got to try it up. Get yourself an OXO cube or Bovril.
Yeah, honestly,
And-
for those of you that winter was a tough winter. So you're a lot of time you're outside. It was cold. It was horrible. The guy that I was working with. Now this is a funny story, and I hope I don't offend anybody because I don't know how else to say it in political correctness because I know there's differences. So if I am getting it wrong, I apologise now. But the gentleman I was working with was a dwarf. Okay. So you can imagine working with cattle. You know, this is guy. Funny enough, his nickname was Shorty, and he used to drink cup after cup of OXO. He would literally every 5 minutes he'd go off, kettle on, crumble an OXO in, top it up, loads of pepper, give it a stir, go back to it in 5 minutes to swig it. And I sort of said to him one day, I said, "Why do you drink that?" He said, "Mate, it's energy. You'll feel better for it." And I said, so I tried one, and that was it. I was addicted. A pint mug or a decent sized mug with just an OXO.
It isn't actually that thick, is it? It's like a tea.
No.
It's like it looks like tea, a very dark tea.
It's just a good beefy drink. Okay. Bovril I find is a bit overpowering for me. Okay, but OXO, yeah, absolutely brilliant. Bit of pepper, a little bit of salt added to it, and yeah, you're laughing.
But Mike, if you've got a chance to, I know you have obviously your lack of sight issues, but if someone can show you a gun, it's the air rifle. I think you'll quite enjoy it.
Yeah, Ali, yeah, French onion soup. It wasn't French and it wasn't bleeding onion, was it? Horrible. Yeah, good meat stock.
The thing is, it don't take up much room.
No.
As a kid, I was really naughty. I used to go to my granny's, and I used to climb on one of the chairs because she had a really tall shelves cupboard. It's like a big larder. It's a big wooden thing, and I used to get in there and I used to steal the OXO cubes and nibble at them and eat them. And of course, I'd go back and I'd get another one. And of course, then the amount of salt in your mouth because I was eating them raw. And at school, they used to do it as well. They used to bring the tomato soup ones in and eat them raw. Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah.
I kiss that mouth.
Oh, they're nice. It is nice, yeah.
Teresa, I eat raw
dip
onions
the bread
as
in
well.
there. Oh, especially crusty bread. Oh.
I love a raw onion. And that again came out of a necessity thing. So, finding out that onions and garlic are really good as insect repellents if you eat them. And then finding actually a cheese and onion sandwich with raw onion was delicious. And then it went to one day literally looking at the onion and going, I wonder. And I can sit quite happily and eat a raw onion.
Mike said, did they always deploy in World War II with pocket knives like you were showing?
Yes, yeah. That knife's history. In actual fact, I've got one in the shed that I'm going to try and rebuild.
Try that still. That
That is
sounds nice.
date stamped 1918. Okay, and it is exactly the same knife, just not made of stainless steel. And it originally had Bakelite handle scales on it. Okay, but the format of the knife was exactly the same size, shape, in every way and manner. It was a lamb's foot blade. Okay. Which comes down to a nice fine point, which is absolutely brilliant. Those people that think, a lamb's foot looks a bit pussy. A lamb's foot blade using just the tip to cut things, to mark things, absolutely superb. And again, gives you that ability in a pocket knife, especially one with a very powerful spring like this, to be able to put it into the back of your hand, keeping your fingers away. You may notice my fingers are like that, and close it.
That's where he pinches that bit there.
Yeah. They are.
Yeah.
Anybody that's had one of these, some units got them issued to them.
Yeah, range officer. That's our warden.
And those people that had them, Ali, both. Yeah. I've been both in my time.
We've had no rain here for 8 weeks, and it just doesn't seem to really get any more. It's actually going to be up to 30 degrees again here tomorrow. So we just keep it sort of starts going down, then it whacks back up again.
Yeah, Ali, I've been both, mate.
The ponds around here are drying up. The rivers are starting to dry up as well, and our friend Farmer P on we watch and we get our beef from. He's had to dig a bigger pond.
Yeah,
because
I don't know if you guys have got the guys in the States are going to. Yeah, I would have thought you're going to be able to get hold of them out there. I mean, they are made in Sheffield. They are exported worldwide.
I'll add in your parcel. I'll put a note in there as well, Mike, and put their website. Maybe you better get them once you know the company. You might better get them over in the US.
Yeah, they are literally. It's what I call an old school pocket knife. So many knives today, and I think my mate Bushcraft Rebooted, he's a big knife man, and I think he's going to agree with me that quite often today knives are overly fancy. They are.
Stealth got one with Bakelite.
Yeah. I've got one that I'm going to rebuild. Brilliant. A lot of knives today, they look awesome. They look absolutely awesome, but the actual tools, especially on something like that, is such an old design that was proven. Still today in the British Army, there's units that get it issued. So it's a proven thing. And some of the best bits of kit you'll ever come across are the ones that look most basic. If you look at the British Army survival knife, it's not fancy. Not fancy at all. In actual fact, a lot of people that get one for the first time are disappointed. They pull it out, look at it and go, really? Really? That's what I've been hearing about? Then you explain to them, shave that handle down, make it fit you nicely, modify it, put an edge on it. And they're like, do you know what? It ain't fancy, but it does the job time and time again. Like an open L, exactly that, simple, basic designs that work.
Yes, the watershed. Yes, you can say art as many times as you like, Bill.
Bill, yeah, you can say art. We're past the 9 o'clock watershed. So, for those of you that don't know, in the UK, the TV channels, up until many years ago, had a law, and it was law. They called it the watershed. You could not show
it's not a toilet.
Boobs, bums,
yes,
any form of flesh that was considered outrageous, or use language that was considered adult until 9 o'clock in the evening. At which point, all the kiddies were supposed to be in bed. Function over fashion, mate. Yeah.
And for those who weren't in earlier, have a thought for Mr. D, because he's out in Oregon, where all the big forest fires are, and he's helping organise it.
He's basically involved with the security there.
Security
making sure
that
the camps are safe, making sure they've got everything they need.
5,000 firemen, firefighters out there.
And I suppose support further than that as well.
But
these guys have got to be watered, fed, and cared for.
It's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hectares, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Sergeant Major Williams used to say puffery a lot, didn't he? I never used the word puffery in my career, but I was known many a time to look down at some poor little crow as it stared up at me, its beak wide open and its little eyes sparkling.
Gadget banging nose and just like lipstick on a pig.
Corporal Mitchell. Oh dear, that's never mind. Yes. So, what tools do you guys use? And again, I often show my bits and pieces here. What are your favourites? What's your Have you got something that was handed down or you found in a drawer, you came across one day and went, do you know what, that's bloody good, and you found that it's in your pocket
Wow,
10,
it's a
15,
long
20
way, isn't
years
it?
later, still used on a daily basis? Has anybody else got stuff like
Yeah.
that? You know,
I heard this evening. Sorry to get off the subject, but those poor devils in Spain with all the fire, they've had an earthquake as well today. They talk
Yeah.
about kicking you when you're down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely the way to go. It's the world at the moment seems to be in a bit of chaos. Saw the U gauge for carving.
Yeah.
Brilliant,
Yeah.
brilliant. Yeah, and that's it, isn't it? Everybody's got something. I mean, yeah, it's like some of the most simple things are some of the most efficient. I mean,
Ah, that's all right, Teresa.
yeah, Grandad's an opener.
Yeah.
Brilliant. That's all right, Teresa.
Yeah.
If you can't say, you can't say.
I like my little knife. I've got a bear claw as well.
Yeah.
That I used to carry, and that
Yeah.
has like a Kydex sheath, because at one point we had a real bad thing of people stealing dogs.
Yeah.
And they're actually attacking people and taking their dogs, and there was just no way they were getting my dogs.
Right, so those of you that ain't seen it before, and you want a bit of a giggle one night, as long as you're not too politically correct, Ain't Half Hot Mum.
Yeah.
If you look it up, it's on YouTube. There's clips as well as episodes from the series. And if you're watching it, please bear in mind it was made in the 80s. But an interesting fact about it, there's a gentleman on there who plays an Indian, because this is following the guys
It's the
in
old
Burma.
one with the white beard.
There's a very, very famous actor who's playing an Indian. And for a lot of years, people said, oh, it was racist. It was racist. You got a white man playing an Indian. The guy was born and raised in the Punjab.
Yeah.
Okay. He based the character on a beloved character from his childhood days. Okay. He didn't have servants and that. He was an ordinary guy. But he based the character on that.
Hi, John.
The interesting thing that's often misread with things like this, if you watch the program and you watch it with an open eye, you'll suddenly realise that the Indian characters have always got the upper hand. It's the British characters that are the Pillocks and the Burkes. And as with many things of that era, they were clever humour. Something that got banned here years ago was Alf Garnett. Oh, it's racist, it's racist. He says this word, he says this word. Warren Mitchell was Jewish. Warren Mitchell also showed how ridiculous the bigot was.
Yeah, our boys used to watch all the old ones.
It used to be funny as hell. So again, a lot of people aren't intelligent enough to watch these old programs and realise in actual fact what they're having to dig at.
We've got the old silent one, the plank.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the
Lofty, what a singer, eh?
Yeah. I was going to say something.
That's cool, Ali.
Yeah.
Ali, I tell you what, if we ever get together, I will bring one of my manuals with me that I've still got here.
Yeah.
And that was Cadet Rifle GP. We'll compare those. It was a great little manual.
Yeah, but my boys, they loved. They had Lauren Hardy, all the black and whites. They loved, and
look at
the Carry On films.
Carry On films. Now there you go. Something that's been banned because it's sexist. Yeah, they were a little bit naughty and risque.
Especially Carry On Emmanuel.
Funny as hell. Funny as hell.
Yeah.
And let's face it, yes, they were a little bit risque.
And Carry On Up the Khyber with all them devils in skirts.
Yeah.
Ali. Yeah, that's not a knife. This is a knife, yeah.
Yeah. Open all hours.
Yeah.
Nurse Gladys Emmanuel.
Yeah. Carry On Camping. Yeah, when Barbara Windsor shot a bra. My favourite was Carry On Screaming.
Do you know what?
Frying Tonight.
I tend to agree with my dad. Going back and watching that, now I'm a man of a certain age.
Rising Down.
Maturity,
Yeah, I like that.
I don't wish to knock Barbara Windsor, but her boobs weren't all that.
No. George and Mildred, Bless This House.
No, never watched that one.
No,
I can remember the program, but never got to watch it.
MASH. Yeah. What's the one?
MASH. Now that was brilliant. That was a fantastic.
There was
series.
that one. He's called the bloke next door because they were white neighbours next to black neighbours, and he was always calling him Chalky and that. Yeah. Up the Khyber, yes. And they carried on eating their dinner while everything was exploding and picking.
Father Ted, the Racist, great episode. It was John.
Love
John,
My Neighbour. That's it.
That was one of the funniest.
That's the one. Love My Neighbour.
Yeah. Last of Summer Wine.
Yeah.
Loved Last of Summer Wine as a kid. I got my nickname at school was Compost.
Oh, Frank Spencer.
Yeah.
How many people he fell off the chair? That one, the Christmas one, when he ended up on top of the church with his angel wings on.
Yeah. Ali, exactly that. People
Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles ridiculed racism in a brilliant and funny way, right? It's funny. This is the problem with the youth today and younger people today. They can't open their eyes. They just want to hate. They just want to say it's wrong. They want to point the finger at the older generation.
On the buses.
Yeah. Want to point their finger at the older generation and say you're wrong. Well, what they forget, I'm 60. So I grew up in the 70s.
Yeah, Blackadder.
Okay, I'm 61 this year. I saw the 70s. I saw racism, genuine racism. I saw hatred.
Right, yeah.
I saw the pain. And my generation fought against that. My generation was a generation that became more tolerant. My generation was a generation that became more welcoming. My generation was a generation that stood up and said, some things have got to change, and they did. So my words to the youngsters is get off your arse and actually learn your history.
Can any of you remember Get Some In?
Yeah.
It's time for national service. It's time to
get some in. Yeah.
Get some in. Yes.
Yeah, but the problem with Bushcraft Sussex is the only problem with Zulu, and I do love the film, is they didn't show.
I have a cunning plan. Yes.
The true story. I mean,
Dad's army. Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, a group of Welshmen surrounded by Zulus, and they started singing. There's nothing going to piss the Zulus off quicker than them trying to out-sing them, is it?
I just remember watching the Dad's Army film, and the major ends up on his white horse, floating down the river.
And that famous line that never existed in the film.
Yeah.
Will you stop chucking those bloody spears at me?
Yes.
Yeah, stop being so sensitive.
Yeah.
And that's it. Don't get me wrong. I've got my opinions. I've got my attitudes. I've got my thoughts about the modern world, which we don't go into because we don't do politics on this channel. But I will say, okay, there was a time when things were very, very different all over the world. And we changed that. Thin Red Line, old Southern Highlanders. Yeah. They won't make films like that anymore, Ali. Governments don't want to be it. There was, so I was reading an article the other day that had been something like 70 requests to the British government to make films about operations, missions, and things that happened in Afghanistan and Iraq. And the government has said no to every single one of them, would not give permission for them to be made. But
it's like you were saying the other week, the Centurion films.
Yeah.
They approached British Rail to use their film to do the Great Centurion's train robbery, and they refused. So they actually made it on Longmoor, a Longmoor military establishment, because they had a railway there. And you can still see where the old platform that was for that film. So,
It's a different world, isn't it? It's a difficult world, but again, every generation wants to tell the generation before that they were wrong. And that they're the new clever ones, and they're going to sort it all out. And then when they get to 50, 60 years old, they'll look back at it and go, oh, we were completely wrong. And so did I, being a young punk, being an anarchist.
I've seen the new Dad's Army film. That was pretty good. I like the one who played Man Waring.
Yeah. It was a good film.
Yeah.
Because I would like some of you to imagine this. Mickey at 16 with a Mohican. Yeah, Mohican. Shaved sides of his head. Mohican. He went into town that day with his sort of 70s style haircut, long hair down to his shoulders and all the rest of it, down to his eyes. A bit flock of seagulls in some respect, brushed over one side.
Yeah, wishing if I had a photograph of you.
Went to the barber's, came home with a Mohican. Had to travel on the bus, crouched over like that so I didn't catch it on the roof. Walked in. You should have seen the look on my old man's face. He went ballistic. Hit the ceiling, spun round like a whirling dervish, come down. Within 20 minutes, he shaved my head. Yeah, I spent £7 getting that done. £7.
I got a picture of him when he was about 17, 18.
Yeah.
She might not necessarily get chosen.
She might not get chosen for jury service.
You go along, but they don't actually. They get more than they actually need.
Yeah.
And yeah, she might not necessarily be picked.
I've done jury service a couple of times. To be honest with you, depending on the case and how long it goes on, she might be at one day, might be a week. They do pay you.
Yeah, you're all right, Mike. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's also bloody interesting to see how it works. Oh, my old man went ballistic. The 70s were a good time in Britain to be a punk, but my old man went, I can remember trying to lecture my old man on anarchy. Yeah, you don't understand, you old man. Anarchy. We should all be allowed to do exactly what we want, when we want, how we want. Nobody has the right to tell me what the rules are.
If my brother had turned up like that, my dad, his arse would have touched the ground.
I do.
My dad would have booted him out that arse on the backside. He would have landed in Guildford.
I think I slept in the shed that night. But again, as you get older, you get wiser, don't you? So with age comes wisdom, and you start to realise
that's a good idea, Ali.
Some of the opinions and attitudes you may have had when you were 16 years old were completely
Tell her that
wrong.
she might be biased in that case, so
yeah.
She wouldn't have to do it.
Yeah. We go for it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the one where they're just about to go over the top, and Blacker goes fourth. There.
Oh no, use the safe space. Yeah, well, that's the other thing. It's safe spaces. Safe space for what?
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. You can't.
We were watching some programs the other day. We were actually watching some of the American police, and it shocked us that the amount of people that the police say, right, that's it, you're under arrest. They go, no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
What?
You're not allowed to put your hands on
I'm
me.
going home.
Yeah.
You can't tell them. Can you imagine how that go down in this country?
Yeah.
That no, you're not arresting me. It go down like a ton of.
Yeah, that's just a problem, though, isn't it? It's one of the things that the generation or newer generations aren't educated. We got told when we were kids. We got taught at school and at home. You know, if you're stopped by the police, be polite, do what they tell you, things will go better for you. Don't argue with them.
Yeah, John, it's a random thing. They're just you've done it, haven't you, jury service? I've never done jury service.
Yeah,
they randomly send you a letter out, and that's it.
It's one of those things. I mean, you're doing, in one respect, you're doing civic duty. Okay. The case I got was a little bit hard to deal with, but we got through it.
I'll probably be a nightmare coming out and go, guilty!
She's only set foot in the dock when it's down be like that. She'd be putting a black cloth on her head.
Yeah, black cloth on me and go, hang him.
I don't think I'm going to get judged fairly here. Oh, no.
No, they don't. And it seems that the younger they're getting, they think that swearing at you, and I don't know if you saw this. I was saying to you about it last night. There was a case last week that they were illegal immigrants that come into this country, and this little old lady, she was in her 70s, was getting money from her ATM machine, and they decide that if she's an easy target, we can steal her money. Well, this one went up to her to grab her, and what she did, she got over his head and slammed his head 4 times into the ATM machine,
Good on her.
split his face open, and they all got arrested. The other 3 ran off, and they got them all, but in the end, yeah, don't walk up on a 70-odd-year-old granny and expect her to give you, just give in and give you your hand back.
And it was all down to the parents. I mean, we had it here about 10 years ago. The last house on the end there, it's a back alley. You've seen it on the videos a bit, pieces. It's a back alley. I'm working in the garden one day. I'm actually working on the bike, and I hear there was shouting, and I thought, what the fuck's going on in my alleyway? So I opened the gate, looked down. There's a group of 5 nippers, all about sort of 14, 16, and I can see them waving their fists through the end gate. Now, I know the old boy that used to live down there. He was a Second World War veteran. He was in his 90s. He was not steady on his feet. He was an absolutely lovely, polite, friendly old boy. And what had happened, they were kicking the ball against his gate, and he'd come down, opened the gate, and told them, please stop.
Evening, and
they attacked him. They were waving their fists at him. Well, I wasn't going to have that. I went storming down there. I literally took a run. It's only 5 or 6 houses. Took a run up, went in, bang, 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 bang. There's 4 on the floor. The last one's tried to run away, and I managed to kick him that hard on his arse that I lifted him off the floor and put him on the deck. Well, they all got up and they scattered. 5 minutes later, this illiterate thug come walking round the corner with a moose.
And his micro moose.
With his micro moose in there. And he come round like that with his brother. And he went, and the kid that I kicked up the arse, he went, did you kick my boy up the arse? And I went, yeah, I did. And he went, well, I'm not having it. And I just looked at him and went, your son was assaulting a 90-year-old man. I said, you've got 2 choices. You can fuck off, or I'm going to fucking take it out on you, your brother, and your dog ugly missus. Now, fuck off. Never heard a peep out of them ever again. But I did hear as they went round the corner, literally like but dad. So hopefully his old man had got him by the ear off, because I don't do bullies. I don't do it. Now, I'm not saying I'm hard.
Have a good week, Ali.
I'm not the hardest man in the world, and I don't like violence. I got brought up to believe that if you do have to use violence, speed, shock, and awe is your bonus. 5 lads, if it had been them facing me, it would have probably come out a bit different, but they didn't know I was coming, and they got the shock of their lives. As to his dad and his brother, no, I couldn't have taken them both.
And as for the mini moose,
but I wasn't going to back down. And as for the mini moose, that was the one that frightened me the most. I mean, blimey, if she put her teeth in, she could have bitten me. I mean, I think she must have been one of the very first meth heads in the UK. Blimey.
With a mini skirt, oh my God, she looked like a flipping, she looked like a luster past.
She looked like a caterpillar wearing a mini skirt. Right? A toothless caterpillar wearing a mini skirt. And that's I mean, that did leave me with a thought of, when I came in, like, how did they end up with a child? Right? On my most drunk night ever, I couldn't have. I don't think anybody I know could have.
I think you're slowly killing walk here.
I do apologise, guys. But yeah, so no, I'm not a violent man in any way, form, or manner. I'm actually a pacifist, but I won't have bullies. Will not do bullies. Later, Ali. Take care, mate. Any of you that ever want a bit of fun on a Friday night in the UK or anywhere in the world, Ali's live streams, right? His Friday night music session is well worth watching. Well worth watching. I mate, beer goggles. He'd have had a whole welder's mask on, I tell you. In fact, I've never shown my image. Hang on, darling, let me just go get my welder's mask. That's better. God, you're lovely tonight. Dear me. It's a hell of a world, isn't it? It's a hell of a world.
Yeah.
I got a bit adult tonight, didn't it?
It did.
If anybody's got the young ones there, I do apologise.
Yeah.
If they're looking at you going, now, Dad, what's Nick mean? Look like a caterpillar in a miniskirt.
I had more hits than the Beatles as a kid, but boy, could I shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fate and him, mother, good love.
Oh, I don't know. I think that's why it ended up with the bloke. I think the mother turned around and went, I'll give you a can of beer if you take her off my hands. I mean, let's face it.
Yeah, it's the sort that, when it was born, the doctor slapped the mother. Yeah.
I mean, as we used to say, the Club 20 Stella's beautiful. It was.
Oh, dear.
And again,
Yeah.
let me not be one to disparage women. I love all women, all shapes, all sizes, even the dwarfs. Okay. Let's not even go there, Mickey.
No.
You've been on the alcohol,
Yes.
Mickey. Calm it down. I apologise.
Yeah, he had a shot of.
I was out of order.
He had a shot of the Jack Daniels when who is
No.
Yes.
I should take back everything I said the last few
Yes.
minutes and apologise most profusely from the bottom of my heart. The alcohol got ahead of me.
Yeah.
It's time to keep your mouth shut.
Go and brush your mouth out. Go on.
I will do.
So, what else can we talk about? We've done a bit of the fires, and of course we've had floodings and we've had explosions.
Yeah. Sorry for you guys in the day. Clean gutters a couple times a year. Honestly, as many tasks. Right, so there's no rules about cleaning gutters in the UK. However, most sensible people do it a couple times a year.
If you're not near a tree, sort of thing, it's not so bad. We had to have our gutters cleaned because the local kids have got a habit of kicking tennis balls, and we ended up with tennis balls up on the guttering.
Yeah, but there's no legal requirement in the UK to clean gutters.
No.
I know in some states in America there's
Tell
legal
Cindy that if you clean the gutters out, you're actually taking the insect life away from birds.
Yeah. John, did you do the holding the ladder thing as a good husband?
Stop belching. Meat.
If you know what I mean. Beauty in the beer holder. Yeah.
We don't care. No.
Max, you legend. How you doing, brother?
But yeah, I mean, we have it in. You can hear the magpies and the sparrows in our guttering because it's metal.
Yeah.
So that's what they're getting all the bugs and that, aren't they?
Yeah.
Or having a bath. You take all the leaves out, the water won't stay in there for them to have a bath in.
Hot and nasty. Oh, no nice. Not nice.
No.
Yeah, we don't want the hot weather. We want I'm waiting for the right. I was at the chemist this week, stood outside to get my meds, and it was a big black cloud came over us, and all of a sudden there was like this pat, 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 and I looked at the woman next to me. I went, "It's going to rain," and she went, "Oh, I do hope so." I said, "Well, you'll have to excuse me if it rains. I'm going to tear all my clothes off." And she went, "So am I." She's 80 odd years old.
But I must say that when we went down to Dartmoor, it did start spitting, and we got really excited, and it wasn't even enough to wet the windscreen, was it? No,
we could really do with some rain. And I think that's it. From what I'm watching on the news, that's everywhere in the Northern Hemisphere. I think that's the United States, Europe, Britain. I think everywhere is desperate for rain. It's a bad year for crops.
We get emails all the time from Southeast Water saying, remember, don't use your hose pipes. Be trying to reserve the water. And then you go down the street and you'll see someone sort of just letting the water run. And you think, really?
Rebooted. So there is always has been a big thing in the UK for British people growing vegetables, growing fruit where they can.
We've got a very little back garden, but we still grow stuff.
It used to be up until the 1950s that a lot of homes were built with what they called a standardised back garden in it. Standardised back garden in a rural area used to be 100 feet, and in towns and cities it was 50 square feet. So it was something left over from the Second World War where people had to grow a lot of their own fruit and veg. And then, of course, as the supermarkets came along and rationing got lifted, people really didn't want to do it anymore. In a lot
What
of
we
places.
have got over here are allotments.
Yeah.
And what allotments are, you can rent them from the council. There are certain acreage or space in these sort of, it's almost like you've got a field and you chop them all up, and each one rents a part of that, and you can grow whatever you like in that bit. Some people put fruit trees in there, but you run the risk, obviously, because it's not where you live, that people jump the fence and help themselves to your
Cheers,
stuff.
walk. Just having a dram for your friend on the lives. Yeah.
Do you what you're a Doctor
that,
Who
mate.
fan? Walk, because Bad Wolf is always on Doctor Who, isn't it?
Yeah. It does make sense with everything going on. It's a case of we grow a lot of our own stuff as well. Max has got a brilliant garden of growing veg in it. Once he's got that on top of that, he's going to have a beautiful garden.
We've got the old butler's sinks, which are the old ceramic sinks, and although we've got a tiny garden, we've got red currant, black currants, we've got peppers, we've got chilies,
green gages,
we've got green gage.
Yeah, green gages.
Oh yeah. No, not gooseberries.
Gooseberries, that was it.
Yeah, we've got two different sorts of gooseberries, and we've got lots of herbs out there, and tomatoes.
Yeah.
But the sweet peppers, we've got one of them is that size now. We've got actually 5 sweet peppers downstairs. Yeah, peas. And normal tomatoes.
And its door neighbour in the front garden's got a mature Victoria plum tree and a couple of damson trees. So again, we harvest those as well.
Yeah.
Because
she never ever uses them. So, and we're quite lucky. Just lately, I've seen a few people have obviously got apple trees in their garden.
Yeah.
And there was a lady who had big baskets and said, please come and help yourself to apples.
Yeah. And I've got an apple tree which I've got to check out over at Fleet Ponds, which nobody knows where it is, but it's a secret apple tree.
Ooh.
So there's nothing like harvesting from the wild when you can. So
he bought a chili plant. It was Morrison's. Morrison's do good plants, and this one little chili plant was all on its own. So he's brought it home, and we got 5 chilies, bright red chilies like that. They're gonna have to be harvested.
Give it a little feed.
They're gonna have to be harvested soon.
Yeah. I'll have to get the needle and thread out and start doing that.
My friend, I told you, she went away on holiday. And she got one of her sons to move back home to look after the cat and the dog and to water the plants. And she actually gave him £100 to do it. And when she came back, he hadn't watered anything. So she lost everything. She's lost cucumbers. She had shallots, all the tomato plants, kale, the lot. Lost it.
Bill, I wish we had. We're on our 8th or 9th week now, with no rain.
I'd love to do that, Teresa. If I was more mobile, I would love to do that. We're quite lucky. One of the places we take Willow to walk, they're sort of like gorilla, but they've all the flower beds. Instead of wasting money with flowers, they put herbs.
Herbs, yeah.
Herbs and sunflowers.
And they literally say people help yourself.
They're really filled these flower beds up.
I think this is again, it's a prep of mind, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's things are getting more expensive. It doesn't matter where you live in the world, prices are all going up. And at the end of the day, or even a little garden like mine, I'm probably only growing 20 or 30 pounds worth in a year.
But
that's 20 or 30 quid that I can spend elsewhere.
I've got 2 tubs like that of gooseberries now, and he doesn't like gooseberries, so I'm collecting them all up, and so I can do
make a gooseberry full, aren't you? Yeah.
Oh yeah, those the chilies. That's from your mum's garden, wasn't
it? They were bloody evil. They were potent chilies. But and again, it's that.
Yeah, ask away, Mike.
All I do with my chilies is a needle and thread. I let them get right. cut the stalks, so they've got a long stalk on them, thread them through the stalk onto a needle and thread, hang them up at the back of the room, let them air dry.
I mean, our little tomato plant, they're only the small tomatoes, but we've been getting enough off them of each day to not have to worry about getting tomatoes.
I tried something
gooseberry
last year.
Falls.
Tried a trick last year that somebody passed on to me, which
Night,
was
Romy Ray.
at the end of your cropping season
Hi,
with
Lawrence.
the tomatoes, take 2 or 3 of the tomato plants and just bury them. Okay, just bury them just below the surface in your pots and leave them. Forget about them. Now this year I planted a couple of new tomato plants. About 4 weeks later, these self-seeded tomato plants have come through,
and we got peas from last year.
As my first batch is finishing off, these are just starting to take over. But I will say, it's almost like they've gone wild, they've gone mad. So I think tomatoes probably better the second year round.
You'd have to answer that one. I don't know, Mike.
I can't answer that for you, Mike. I'm afraid, mate.
Oops.
I cannot answer that for you. I have, and again, I have no problem with people's sexuality and all the rest of it. But something we don't really cover on this channel is sexuality, politics, and that sort of thing, religion. Because again, everybody has their own opinions and ideas, and it can cause a bit of friction. What I can say for you, mate, is no matter what your interests are, okay, I respect you.
Some more physical contact.
I respect you. It's as simple as that. It's everybody's.
There's nothing
different.
wrong with feeling attracted to either sex.
Everybody's wired differently. One of the best lessons I ever had was as a nipper being told by one of the old boys on the farm. I made a comment about somebody's partner, and he turned around to me and he said, "Son," he said, "everybody's wired different. Some men like gingers, some men like blondes, some men like big girls, some men like short girls, some men like men. Everybody's wired differently. You just got to respect that." And that's how I've led my life. I have no problems there. So I can't advise you because I don't know. I've been with this young lady here since I was 19. I'm 61 now.
It's worked out. It's actually our Ruby wedding anniversary next year, so we're gonna have a party.
I have no personal experience.
Opinion. The opinion is.
The only thing I'd say is,
if you feel that try and converse with someone. Try and see if there's anywhere sort of online meetings you can get with.
And be careful. That's all I will say.
Yeah, just be careful.
Of people. Don't trust people straight away. And online, I've often wondered how I would go about courting now in the modern world, and I just have no idea how I would do it. I don't know how the youngsters do it. It's
all flipping apps and that. It's these apps and things. I find it's more dangerous.
Bushcraft Review, you've got a new Spyderco Paramilitary 2 Sword Edition. I like the Spyderco knives.
No, he didn't actually, did you? You didn't have any problem at all.
No problem at all. No problem at all. And it's one of the reasons
exactly,
I went down
Lawrence.
I've also tested it in the Riverway at Tilford, which at the moment has an E. coli alert. Okay, all 3 filters have been run through there, and I had no issue at all. Yet at the moment there is an E. coli alert on the Riverway. The E. coli levels are very, very high.
We've got a lot of like French and ponds and that. It's all has blue-green algae.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want to use a filter where there's blue-green algae.
People are still letting their kids and dogs swim in there while they're sitting on the beach.
Well said, Lawrence. Well said.
Yeah.
It's all it can be. So,
You're
the
welcome,
filters.
Mike.
So I did the videos on the filters. What you don't see was before that I tested the filters. Anything that I buy, show you that I say, I trust this and I've used it is because I am using it and have used it. I'm very, very cautious. I do not want to be one of these channels that recommends stuff straight out the box and then finds it doesn't work or there's an issue with it. I was very nearly stung like that 2 years ago, and it won't ever happen again. So, the press.
I haven't actually I managed to show him that jacket, but I will do walk. It's really good if you have to test something. You get someone else to guinea pig it for you.
Right, so I ended up because I wanted them for the channel to try out. Now, how do they fit? Right, so let's go with the first one. The one I've chosen to use more often than not is the straw. Okay, now it's pretty much similar to the or basically same sort of work as the Sawyer Mini. It works in the same manner. Mouthpiece, dip it into the water, suck the water through, or connect it to a bladder and gravity feed it. The reason I like that is the mobility. I do think the mobility, the use, and the neatness of it is quite handy. It's small, efficient. It doesn't take up any weight.
I'm actually thinking about getting one of them to put on the outside of my ouch pouch.
The next one, if I'm doing stuff at work or I'm going to do a job in the car and I'm going to be getting water through the day, because again at the moment I have to watch my hydration levels. So sometimes they use the IBCs on the film sets, and they're not always the cleanest. You know, they're supposed to be cleaned out, sterilised, and all the rest of it. Sometimes they taste a bit chlorine. So I tend to use that, and I use that really truthfully because it is as easy as fill it from the tap.
Yeah, Bill's saying
he's got the filter. Screw the filter on, and I've got a bottle of water with me almost anywhere I go.
Bill says he's been using the press for a good few months now. He loves it.
Yeah, and the press. Now, I did find, and I have got it on the Amazon shop, which you can find in the description here. I managed to find a cup, okay, with a lid that fits the press perfectly. It's a stainless steel cup. Okay.
And it's got measurements on the side and on the inside.
It's got measurements on the inside and the outside, but it does nest absolutely perfectly around the press. Now, the reason I come to that is because I was looking at the Grail Titanium with the mug. Now, I like the Grail, don't get me wrong, it's a proven system. But this just was a lot more affordable. Then when I combined it with the mug, I've got everything I need. I can collect water anywhere. I can carry the water. I can boil the water, make a brew, whatever I need to. So it just made a nice, simple little system. I'm not knocking the Grail. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking the Grail.
But sometimes you get priced out of things.
You get priced out of things. If you're looking for a guaranteed water filtration system that works really, really well, okay. Now I got these because they're new. I'm new on the market and I wanted to try them out. That's the honest reason. If not, I would have still been using the Sawyer Mini. Okay, Sawyer Mini has a lot longer life than any of these. It has a smaller filter system, but it doesn't have the charcoal backup or the electron system. That's how these work. These work on a very small filter system. They then backed up with charcoal, and they also have an ionized element in them, which draws in debris, chemicals, things like that, and holds it in the filter. The Sawyer works purely on a hollow fiber system, which is a lot finer. The Sawyer has been my trusty go-to for donkey's years. Okay, so I'm not saying to you, drop everything, go for one of these if you've got a Sawyer. What I am saying to you is, if you are looking for a system, okay, you are looking for a water purification system, that is one of your options. If you're looking for a press and you can't afford a Grail, okay,
yeah,
you got the Back Gold, okay, works bloody well.
Another thing is, you said it's Bush rebooted. It's expensive. The thing is, if you lose a Grail, you're going to be really pissed, aren't you? Because that's, over here it's up to £100 or just over for us.
When I was looking at the comments, there was a chap moaning about this system.
Oh, the water dripping.
And he said it leaked because there was water on here. Right? There was more moisture on there. It was contaminated. Right? That's why in the video I make the point of saying you pick up the dirty water in there. There's a little pressure seal around there, so that when you're putting pressure on, it forces the water into the container via the filter. Okay, therefore the water in there is going to be clean.
That's quite a hit in your wallet, but your wallet.
Okay.
That's why it sticks.
So it works the same way as the rail. It's just half the price. And to be honest with you, as with all these things, I go away and I do my research. The first piece of research I looked into was how long the company's been going, where do they sell, what is their main people. These have been really popular in Switzerland and Germany for years now, about 2 or 3 years, and they've really stormed the market over there with the hiking community, mountaineering community, and so on. They're laboratory tested, so they have gone away to independent laboratories, which in the UK or in Europe is the law, and the UK. You can't put something through your own laboratory and then say it's met the guidelines. No, it has to be an independent. So they're pretty strict on that. It's a Swiss company. Yeah. So there we go.
Sticks. I don't know if you saw earlier. We've lost Helena.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I'll go through it again.
Yeah.
I'll read it out again. So
maybe you can remember Helena, the 4 young ladies used to come in on one name.
Yeah, Helen Juska Law.
Yeah.
It was her and her friends used to come in. Unfortunately, she lost her life due to a brain aneurysm or complications from a brain aneurysm here in the UK. She was former RMP, combat medic, and EOD specialist for 22 years in the British Army. She left the British Army. She went on to become a private military contractor.
That's it, yeah.
And the last few years, she's been serving with the British Free Legion in Ukraine.
Because we lost 2 of them a few months back.
Yeah.
There, and
she was loved by many, respected by more. And as I've said earlier on, I would like to send my condolences to her loved ones, friends, family, and colleagues. She's going to be sorely missed. She used to come onto my channel sometimes under the wire for operational security reasons, and always asked me not to give details, which I refuse to do because, again, keep us safe. You know, the private military contractor world, not just in Ukraine but all over the world, is something where people have to fly under the wire. Take it from me.
Living Lavu, how are you doing with are you anywhere near the fire? I meant to ask Stealth as well. Yeah.
It's I see the fires in Wales are hellacious.
And they the one on the Isle of Wight that was 3 days, it turned out to be someone's log fire on their campsite. It's the beginning started that one.
Lest we forget.
Yeah, let's forget.
And
Patter. It was Passendale. Yeah.
Like so many others, there are heroes and heroines out there that never get the recognition they deserve. But we've got a glass of whiskey up there for her, and I've raised my glass once again.
Yeah, I think it's you chuffing that with that Jack Daniels. It's got you a bit
squiffy.
Oh, 7 miles away. Oh, wow.
Oh, mate. I do hope everything's all right.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Hell.
It's I say, Spain have got the fires. They've just had an earthquake today. We've got Italy, and there's France, there's UK, there's America, there's Canada.
The hemisphere's been affected badly, isn't it? It's,
everything is so tinder dry out there.
Yeah, Mike saying they got no fires in Belarus, but they're measures in place. Yeah,
it's got to be done because it's these fires. Everything is so dry.
Well, the things for Lavu as well. I've been down to his place and I've seen the mountainside he's on, and he's got his ponies there and that as well. So obviously for him, he's not going to just have to evacuate himself.
No.
He's got to have his horses and that in mind. Definitely double check the bug out bags, mate. Make sure everything's ready to go if you need it. And again, if it looks naughty and you need a hand, give me a shout. If need be, I'll rustle up a couple of the guys from here, and we would come down and help
whack
out in
a
any
trailer
way
on
we
the
can.
back of the pickup.
I can put a trailer on the pickup. I can move your ponies if you needed me to. It's not an issue. I mean, if the worst comes to the worst, I'll pick the ponies up and actually carry them.
So it's quite with floods that the Mother Earth is just giving us a right old shake up at the minute, isn't she?
Isn't she?
Yeah.
Just smoke.
Yeah.
Well, mate, you've got our contact. If you need us, give us a holler. It'll take me 2 or 3 hours to get down there.
Same goes for you too, Stealth.
And same to you, Same to you, Stealth, as well. And for anybody else that's wondering, that's the email address, HampshireOutdoorsandMail.com. Don't move it, Mickey, when people are trying to read it. You imbecile.
You drunken arse.
I am a drunken arse. I will say, don't phone me tonight.
You want me to drive, and you don't want me driving.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I won't drive under the influence of alcohol under any circumstances. I was born daft. I don't need alcohol to help it.
Because you give him a mission, he'll do it.
Oh yeah.
Arse, definitely.
Always up for a mission.
Drunken arse. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it, Mike? Because people always take it that you think of Russia and you think of it's cold and snowy, but it's not.
Rebooted. No, I haven't. In all honesty, at the moment the patches are a little bit on hold. We are, might even be able to do it now. We people have helped out a little bit with funds. I appreciate that no end. But we're looking to get the patches done. Kaz is trying to find a company that could do them for us.
Yeah,
they're a sensible price.
The problem
we're finding at the moment, the 2 people we have asked have been like, yeah, we'll do them for you. It's all right. Yeah, but you've got to have it in a limited run of 1,000. And you're like, I can do with 1,000 patches. Right? It's
they don't understand that Russia is so many. It's one country, but you've got so many different areas. You've got the woodlands, and you've got the rivers, and it's not just.
And it's the same old thing here. People often say, "What do you mean you have forest fires in the UK? It's always raining there."
It doesn't always rain here.
It doesn't always rain here.
No, not for 8 weeks. It hasn't.
Teresa, that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Are you volunteering?
They might do a smaller one. Oh, right.
Okay. Yeah,
well, we hope to be visiting you on the 19th of August.
Yes.
With your stick.
Yeah. So we'll be dropping your stick into you just prior to the camp.
So, we're at a wedding on the 18th.
Yeah.
And then the 19th we're coming back down.
Yeah, I've only got a sewing machine. I've got an old Singer hand crank.
1950. No, 1926. Is it 26?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. There's
Lawrence,
a band.
You're getting married in September. Congrats, my friend. Congratulations. Oh, mate, that's awesome to hear. That is awesome to hear.
Lawrence, the 22nd, which is on the camp, it's his birthday, and then the following week it's our wedding anniversary, and next year it's our Ruby anniversary. So we've been married 40 years next year.
It's an at sign, not a G sign. Yeah, congrats, Lawrence. That's put a smile on my face, and I wish you all the happiness to you and your partner.
Yeah,
if you're anything like me and Kaz, you'll bubble along for 40 years and the time of your life.
They should have these disposable barbecues. get on my It's the one in the New Forest that was started by those stupid disposable ones.
Or as you say, he's only been together for 17 years. Now there's a test. Well, if you can make 17 years, mate, I think you can make a lifetime.
The 9th of September, it's our granddaughter's birthday. She'll be 5.
Lawrence don't want to rush it. Yeah, he's a cautious man.
They definitely want that. They want to ban those barbecues and those flipping candle flipping balloon lantern things.
Lawrence, I would like to at this point say a big thank you to you, mate, because you put a smile on your face. You're lifting the atmosphere. It's been a bit of a low week, and you've just pumped the atmosphere up. You're a man that works in hospitals. What would you have said when they wheeled me in with a blood pressure of 266 over 120, running at 90 beats a minute?
I know it's not the stress of being married to me.
No.
For you think it. Yeah, our son, our youngest son, he gets married on the 8th of August.
Yeah, over in Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Lawrence, it turns out it was the meds that they had me on.
He passed out at the petrol station. Oh, and he actually he had he passed out here.
Hamburgers.
And the following day he passed out at the petrol station.
Yeah. It's
the doctor said that he should have had a stroke.
Yeah. The only good thing that I'm taking from it is the fact that I didn't have a stroke means that everything is functioning fairly well.
But they had about 5 attempts to try and get blood out of him, and then he ended up with half a vial because his body wouldn't give it up.
Mind you, results for the blood test came back today, didn't they? They come back okay, clear, no damage to the heart. No.
Yeah.
So all good.
Yeah, we'll say his birthday's the 22nd, then our wedding anniversary is 29th. So I think definitely next year, because it's Ruby, I think we should have a party.
Yeah,
we've never had a party.
Yeah, we never had a party.
He did. Yeah. Oh, you don't know Sticks? Yeah. What he done? He walked into the grandmother clock, and then you passed out, but he put it down to his glasses, and then the following day.
Got to the petrol station, got out of the car, stood up, went. That's it. And I'm leaving the room.
So he's been to the doctors. He's got to have a MRI scan. He's got to have lung scans. He's got hypertension at the moment, and he's banned from flying, so he can't go out to our son's wedding.
Which is annoying because I've just paid for the flight. But there we go. Low glycemic diet, what's it, 45 pounds, 20 kilos. Completely off high blood pressure meds. Very proud of. Mate, John, you give Cindy a big hug for me. Tell her absolutely bloody awesome. That's inspiring. Hey, mate, that is absolutely inspiring. Good on her. Absolutely
well
good
done.
on her. Yeah, very proud of her. So you should be. That's a bit of an inspiration. That makes me think maybe I need to get off my arse. I don't want to panic you, mate. There's enough going on at the moment, as you're well aware.
He did
I'm all right now.
Yeah, it shocked me as well. It sent me into one of my almost stress comas. I slept the following day because everything was just too much.
Yeah, but getting through it. So now it made me sturdy. I'm going to be 104 years old one day. Yeah.
And not wiping your bum.
Oh. Can't keep an old dog down.
We put his tickets for the flight with Chris, Sammy, and Litland, and we actually spoke to Dan and Tessie about what they're going to do. They're going to go to some castles and things like that, and
the following day off of me as well. I'm quite proud of myself. I haven't weighed myself or anything, but this t-shirt at one point fitted me. And as you can see, now it's a little bit on the baggy side. So yeah, it's one of those things, and it is a challenge. So bloody well done to us. Bloody well done. Yeah, I'll get it back, mate. I'll get it back. It's just going to be a waiting game. In actual fact, what I'm probably going to do is see if I can transfer it to a later date and get over there and see
Which was British Airways.
Yeah.
You know, they were like to strike.
Yeah.
Look, Sticks, I found one of the things my dad made. That was made from a single piece of wood. And look, it's got a special tool. Yeah. That yeah. So I got that, and he turned to candlestick holders.
Yeah, his dad was a clever man.
Yeah, my mum would go, "Oh, you made more candlestick holders."
And why not?
Yeah.
And why not?
Yeah, I've got a couple of bowls that he's made as well, and a couple of plates as well.
Well, treasured items, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They mean more to me than anything.
Yeah. Well,
because they're wood. I love natural things.
Well, it's also something he's made by his own hands. You know,
yeah, I've got the
time, patience.
The tool is about 100 years old that he used to make the rings, and my mother gave me all. Luckily, she gave me all his tools because he had two lovely, big, huge lathes in his workshop, and she had someone come up to her and say, "Oh, you know, my son would like that," and she ended up selling both of them for 200 quid.
Yeah. So people take advantage, don't they?
Oh no, what I'm handling, Mike, it's my father used to turn wood, and what I've got is it's a goblet, a wooden goblet, but on the stem of the goblet there are three wooden rings, and the goblet was made from one piece of wood, and my father had these special tools that you were able to carve out the three rings so that they are on the stem of it. They weren't actually added to it. And the other two items are just some, I believe they're yew tree.
Yeah.
He spun some, turned some candlestick holders, so they're wooden, and they've got you've got all the patination from the wood and a bit of the bark on it. So that's what I'm trying.
Yeah. Walk exactly that. If there's a blackout, be happy for him. Definitely. Definitely. Although I think for Kaz, they're more a tactile link to her father.
I don't know, Mike. I think it was just it was something. It was because people like sort of tactile things, and I think the fact that it's made from one piece of wood, and the rings he was able to carve the rings out. It was.
There are a lot of people,
no reasoning.
A lot of friends that are woodworkers that have looked at them and gone,
"Yeah, that one is
clever."
that one's a goblet.
Yeah, he was a very clever man. Unfortunately, taken before his time, but there we go. He's and it's those same thing with the walking sticks. I've got one of his walking sticks which I use. Again, because that gives me that link to him, and he was a great countryman. He loved nothing more than being outside.
Yeah, it's a dormant, really. It's just something different, something to.
Yeah, literally, it's
my mum's sister. She told my mum to sell all my dad's wooden stuff and such, like the wooden walking sticks, and she thought my mum was stupid by giving me, my brother, and my sister some of the wooden items my dad made, and so I never forgiven her for that. No.
Thank you, Mike. Much appreciated. It is Bushcraft Root. It's a lovely conversation piece. I mean, the other one that he got.
Oh, have you seen the club? My father was building a bungalow, and he pulled an old one down. It was made of metal, and this is a blackthorn root. It is, yeah.
He had it hanging on the wall for years, and Caroline's mum hated it.
Yeah.
But when I first met Kaz and I first started going around there and chatting to her dad and making friends with him and finding that he was a country lad like me, this thing was hanging on the wall. And I remember the first time I saw it, I thought, blimey, I'm not messing with him. We'd already had a fist, right?
Mum said it looked like an old bone.
But I turned around one day and I said, that is an absolutely stunning piece of wood. I love that.
That's a good idea, Bill.
So it was something that got left to me.
Phil.
Yeah, it was something that got left there. Nobody else wanted it but me. And I've kept that and treasured it for years because, again, it was something he'd found. He'd taken all the time to clean it up, polish it up.
Yeah.
And I think it's absolutely astounding.
I'll tell you a funny thing, Rebooted. When we first got it, he had it hanging on the wall because the dad drilled a hole in it at the end so it could be strung. We had a bit of leather string on it, and he had it hanging on the wall. And we'd had a disagreement that day, and the string gave way and hit him smack on the head.
It literally dropped about 2 feet, bounced off my noggin, and I took that as a message.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I heard it definitely knocked somebody down.
Yeah, our son did that actually. You said it, Mike. Our son did that. He was about 4, and I don't know why he did it, but I did help do his collection, and I'd been given this pile of notes for this collection. And what he did was he stood on his windowsill, and he's in our flat, and he threw the notes money out the window. Well, it landed on the ground, and there were some builders out there. And by the time we got there, they'd all gone. Everything. And everyone said, "No, there's no money out here." Yeah. And I'd find £150, didn't I?
Yeah, at a time when we couldn't raise £150 very easily. That was a bit of a nightmare. Yeah, should never burn the chicken with that hanging on the wall. Definitely not. Bushcraft Rebooted, it's right. You are right. It's how I assert my manliness in this household.
It's a bit like a Fred Flintstone thing, isn't it? That big old bone.
Definitely is a bit Fred Flintstone.
I expect him to come home one of these days on one of those stone and wood little carts with little feet underneath it, pedaling like that.
Me, Mickey. Me make fire.
You don't be hitting me on the head with that thing. I'll tell you that now. Caveman Club, yeah.
All right, guys. Anyhow, so that's 2 hours and 6 minutes. I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm going to go and take them for a little wander and settle down for the evening, get myself an early night and get some rest. Hey, Mike, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I won't tell you what I used to do with certain items in a railway track.
Yeah.
It's crazy the things you do as a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd never clubbed cats.
Yeah, my sister went when I moved back. I moved out when I was 17 because our house got hit by a thunderbolt and destroyed the house, and they had to put the roof back on and do the ceilings and that. And I moved out for a year or so, and I ended up moving back home again. And my sister didn't like the fact that I'd moved back and had to share my room. I'd share a room with her. So she used to throw all my ornaments onto the concrete patio below the window. Nice.
I didn't have access to pennies, but I grew up on a farm, so I had access to ammonium nitrate, with the old stuff from the 1970s. So we used to put little
like
caps
Teresa.
of it
Have a good week,
the
my
line.
love.
And when the train went over it, it'd go bang.
Night,
First
Max.
introduction to explosives, really, but there we go.
Night walk, quick walk.
Guys,
Have a
take
good
it
week,
easy.
all.
Have an absolutely awesome week wherever you are in this glorious world of ours. If you're somewhere where there's
5
a
hours.
risk
Oh,
of fire,
bless you, Lawrence.
please take care. Keep your phone near you. Listen for those alerts, and don't wait. If you think that you're going to be in danger, get your arse out. Okay. And if there's anybody, out there that's unsure, at the end of the day, the old saying, when in doubt, bolt it out. You know, that means just take off and go. Look after yourselves. Have fun. Stay
Why
safe.
are you licking my feet?
Have a glorious week.
Oh, Willow, say hello.
Go on
Bye,
then, Willow.
everyone.
Say good night.
Hey.
Have a glorious week. Enjoy yourselves. Stay safe. Have fun. And more importantly than that,
Have
I
a
suppose,
good week, Mike.
love those you do. Forgive those you don't. Make peace and light be upon your wall in this glorious world of ours. From me, Kaz,
Night all.
and Mr. Willow.
Yeah.
Have an awesome week.
Yeah.
Night, everyone.